Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
What a great rivalry game. This is the hottest ticket in town. And this place is ready to burst. He's electric. Nedovich rises. The Troika!
So far, in all of us played this type of games. I never play in this country, of course, and I'm very excited about this game. And we will do our best to get the W.
Every time it's good to play against Red Star, team that we and club that we respect very much, and I believe everybody knows what mean game between Partizan and Red Star. So we are very happy to have this opportunity again, and I hope in future that we will have every year.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with
Here now, in this game, one goal, one team. Fight for that possession, gotta act fast. Another shot, another pass. The city comes to life and they got something to say. Come on, let's go. I feel devotion.
What a great rivalry game. This is the hottest ticket in town. And this place is ready to burst. He's electric. Nedved rises. The Troika!
Hello and a very warm welcome to beautiful Belgrade, where you join us at the Stark Arena, the venue that is the home venue for both of the Belgrade teams in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. But it's tonight, it's Partizan who have the designated home spot as they welcome their crosstown rivals, Crvena Zvezda, Meridianbet Belgrade. Well, considerable changes afoot for Red Star as they have a new coach in the hot seat. It's going to be very much a baptism of fire for Yanis Saropoulos, who's preparing to take charge of Red Star for the very first time against the arch rivals from across town. Let's hear from him now.
So far, in all of us played this type of games. I never play in this country, of course, and I'm very excited about this game. And we will do our best to get the W.
So Coach Saropoulos about to experience his first Belgrade derby. So too many of the players suiting up on either side, each side mired in losing skids. Let's hear from Coach Avramović as he looks forward to yet another crosstown rivalry.
Every time it's good to play against Red Star, team that we and club that we respect very much, and I believe everybody knows what mean game between Partizan and Red Star. So we are very happy to have this opportunity again, and I hope in future that we will have every year.
So bragging rights up for grabs here in Belgrade as the Serbian capital hosts the latest installment of one of the most storied rivalries in all of basketball, as Partizan welcome Red Star to the Stark Arena for round 5 action in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Well, there you see the head-to-head record between these two sides in EuroLeague play. The teams splitting road victories last season, both of them one-possession affairs. Nemanja Nedović rising to give them that 1-point victory. Gives Zvezda that 1-point victory, and then the road victory was earned by Partizan in the opposite fixture. So this, one of 5 games slated to take place across the continent tonight. An early tip-off in a Stark Arena that is filled to capacity. You can see both teams outside of that 10th place. 9th and 10th teams in with an opportunity for a play-in for the playoffs. These teams just a single place separating them, as they have identical records of 1 and 3 through 4 completed rounds of play. Each side enduring a difficult double week. Zvezda, after prevailing in their season opener with a win against Asvel, have slumped to 3 straight losses. For Partizan, while they are on a 2-game losing skid, losing an overtime heartbreaker in round 4 against Olympiacos. So they're the numbers for Luka Mitrovic. He's having a terrific season. Look how efficient he is from both the field and the free throw line, chipping in on the board to the tune of 4 rebounds last time out. And Joel Bolomboy suiting up for Zvezda for the first time, he too enjoying terrific efficiency from the field. 9 rebounds hauling in, bagging 2 steals as well. The usual all-court display from Joel Bolomboy in his first season in a Zvezda jersey. So plenty of cross-pollination between these two teams. That man has spent time across town with Red Star. More on that as we go through the game, and there's plenty of athletes who suit up for the Serbian national team on display here tonight as well. Zaklade with a terrific performance in what proved to be a losing effort in overtime against Olympiacos. 18 points, 4 of 7 shooting from 2, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. It was free throws that Olympiacos used it to close it out in the extra period. James Nunnally hit the three-pointer that sent the game to the extra period. 50% from downtown in his 12-point total in a night where he logged 34 minutes on the floor. And the heads-ahead is in the backcourt between two of the top scoring guards in the EuroLeague. There we see their numbers from last time out. Kevin Punter still 0 from downtown in round 4, but really efficient from two-point territory, and a lot of his buckets came when his team really needed them as well. Shabazz Napier suiting up for Zvezda in his 2nd season in the EuroLeague, his 1st season with Red Star, having signed from Milan in the off-season. So no Branko Lazic for Crvena Zvezda Meridian Bet Belgrade tonight. Nemanja Nedović also sidelined, as is Ognjen Kuzmic. So each team short-handed, but of course that is the nature of elite team sport. Mateusz Panitka remains sidelined with a shoulder injury for Partizan. And again, one of the beautiful things about this game is that there are no ties. However long it takes, we're going to have a victor declared tonight, as each team looks to bring a losing skid to an end and get themselves back on track with a victory. Partizan looking to bring to an end a 2-game losing skid. As for Zvezda, well, after winning in their season opener, they have suffered 3 straight losses, but all of them have been 2-possession affairs. Losing by 6 at Virtus, by 6 against Monaco, and by 5 at Žalgiris Kaunas in round 2, so always competitive. But when you see results of such fine margins, it can suggest that execution and decision-making is bedeviling the team that's coming out with the L's in such close affairs. Dusko Ivanovic, one of the early coaching casualties in the EuroLeague of the new season. He and TJ Parker now both looking for alternative employment. TJ Parker and Asvel parting ways. So too Dusko Ivanovic and Crvena Zvezda Meridian Bet Belgrade. Well, it's a magnificent sight to see the Stark Arena filled out to capacity once again. Both teams using the Stark Arena as home court this year. Given the situation in Tel Aviv, Maccabi play Tika Tel Aviv. It's been announced that they'll be playing their home games at the Alexander Nikolic Hall across town. So they're in their hometown, but there's little mistake that Zvezda are the designated road team tonight. Cat calls, jeers and whistles cascading down from the stands, looking to make them feel unwelcome as they make their way out onto the court here. So a dramatic set of introductions Coaches Avramović and Ioannis Varopoulos exchange a handshake at half court. Here we see the comparison between the two sides. Partizan, the leading two-point field goal shooting team in the competition. You see Zvezda struggling from two-point territory. Similar numbers from downtown. Both teams solid from the free throw line. And again, one suspects is going to be the small details that are going to be crucial in determining the outcome of this one. Partizan, one of the most effective shot-blocking teams in the competition, swatting away 3.3 shots per night. That puts them in second place as we see the starting five for the visitors. Shabazz Napier, the sole recognised guard, Adam Hagade and David Vets, Rokas Giedraitis, three-man forward front line, along with Joel Bolomboy in the old-school centre position. Ognian Yaramaz and James Nunnally make it a two-guard backcourt for the home team. Zach Lede, Kevin Punter and Frank Kaminsky, the front line. Although Kevin Punter could easily be considered a guard, the manner in which he's able to put the ball on the floor, penetrate and distribute, and indeed fill it up from mid-range. Of a quite incredible atmosphere here at the Stark Arena in Belgrade as we see the all-time head-to-head matchup between coaches Željko Obradović and Ioannis Varopoulos. Ioannis Varopoulos experiencing his first Belgrade derby, the roof positively being raised by the boisterous singing in evidence from the fans. Such a hot ticket that Bastian Schweinsteiger, the World Cup winner for Germany, in attendance here as a fan, having himself a prime seat to watch one of the most celebrated rivalries in all of club basketball. So which side will be able to keep their cool and execute in this cacophonous atmosphere here at the Stark Arena in Belgrade? Not a spare seat in the house, and it is majority black-clad fans who are making their presence felt as they bid to encourage and inspire the home team, the designated home team tonight, Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade, 14th in the standings, looking to arrest a 2-game losing skid. The latest installment of the Belgrade Derby in the Serbian capital is underway, and it is the visiting team, Crvena Zvezda Meridian bet Belgrade, who control the opening tip. Seatbelts could well be required because there could be a fair degree of turbulence during the course of this encounter. As Ognjen Jaromir shaken off with the dribble. Joe fighting for the rebound was Adam Hanger, got both hands on it, just couldn't reel it in. But terrific energy on the offensive glass by the visiting team after that three-pointer from Shabazz Napier was off the mark. So full court pressure being applied by Shabazz Napier. Ognjen Jaromir brings it over the halfway line. Nunnally not quite fully squaring up against Rokas Giedraitis. Kaminski offloads to Kevin Punter, who gets to his spot, leaves his feet, has his pocket picked by Adam Hanger. 2-on-2 opportunity, Adam Hanger slicing his way to the basket, fouled in the act of shooting. And all of his teammates up on their feet, encouraging his dynamism in the opening quarter, because he had a hand on the offensive rebound, then bagged that steal to spark the fast break that will send him to the free throw line for 2 shots. Adam Hanger, 2 out of 3 from the free throw line so far this campaign. 69% foul shooter for his career. His 10th season in the EuroLeague now, his first season with Zvezda. Signing from Los Blancos in the off-season. That's a terrific view as to what Adam Hanger is shooting into. With black and white scarves and thunder sticks being twirled, trying to obscure his vision. He looks to get locked in. 2 of 4 from the stripe. Make it 2 of 5. Shabazz Napier with a long offensive rebound. A long three-pointer is off the front line. Another offensive rebound. Rokas Giedraitis and Zvezda really active on the offensive boards. Bolomboy leaving his feet to offload to the baseline cutter. Dejan Davidovac, but that will be a turnover committed by Joe Bolomboy. So just over a minute gone as we await our first score in this Belgrade derby. Jaromir being shadowed by Napier. Mid-range J from the wing, and that's almost a 2-point layup for Kevin Punter. So efficient from mid-range. And then the steal bagged. Kevin Punter brings it over the halfway line, offloads to Zach Lede, Euro step, and a flush in transition on the late arriving Adam Hanger. And Zach Lede absolutely ecstatic at having punched that one home to complete the transition opportunity. Back-to-back buckets for Partizan, sees them leading by 4 as Zach Lede bagged the steal. It's a 3-on-2. Zach Lede keeps it himself, kicks it to Jaromir, rotated around the perimeter. Punter looks at the 3, almost has it taken away by Hanger. Kaminski up strong and finishing on the step-through low post move. The defense of Partizan coming to the fore in the early stages, bagging steal after steal to spark transition opportunities, and then a deflection from Ognjen Jaromir. Just illustrating how hard Partizan are shooting the passing lanes. Zvezda active on the offensive glass. Partizan deflecting passes and bagging a pair of steals. We've got contact away from the basketball as Zach Lede winds up on the deck after coming together with Dejan Davidovac. What is an illegal pick set by Shabazz Napier. That's the call. That's a terrific take to the rack by Zach Lede. So Ognjen Jaromir over the halfway line, receives it back from Nunnally. It was indeed an illegal pick from Shabazz Napier. Jaromir has used his dribble, rotates it to Punter. Punter one-on-one. Kaminski Out to Zaklade, who fires from long range, front iron on the shot, fighting for the offensive rebound is Nunnally. He must have touched it last. So David Ovac looking to inbound from the end line. The crowd continue to keep the decibels dialed up to maximum. 2 minutes 40 gone. Hanger using a dribble against Punter. Euro stepping, finger rolling, off left. Rebound wrapped up by Zaklade, playing 4-point forward as he brings it over the halfway line. What a bounce pass. Ognian Yaramaz in heavy traffic and comes up on the other side of the hoop to kiss it off the window. Partizan have stitched together 8 points without reply. And we're approaching 3 minutes gone, and Zvezda has still yet to put a point on the board. Timeout on the floor. Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade 8. Crvena Zvezda Meridian bet Belgrade 0. Sidelined with a back injury tonight, but he was the coolest man in the arena at the conclusion of the round 12 fixture last campaign, breaking a deadlock by canning that trifecta to give his team a 1-score lead. 73-76, Zvezda prevailing on the road. Partizan prevailed on the road in the reverse fixture, 78-79. That's how keenly contested these affairs have been. We already saw Bastian Schweinsteiger enjoying the atmosphere here. Click on the QR code to download the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge app. Test your GM and team building skills with other players from all around the world. You try and put the rosters together, Europe's premier club basketball competition. Hanger has used his dribble, kicks it back out to David Ovac. He gives it straight back to Hanger. David Ovac setting a screen. Hanger to the dots. Ball on Boy, deep two-pointer off the back iron. Rebound, Ognian Yaramaz. Terrific D by Partizan to ensure that it's one and done again. They go inside to Kaminsky. Giedraitis looking to body him. Spins baseline. Foul committed on the ground. That basket will not count. Kaminsky go to the, it's going to be possession out of bounds for Partizan. Kevin Punter will inbound from the sideline. So Nunnally receives the inbound pass. Rotated to Lede, they go inside to Kaminsky. Ball on Boy rotating. Footwork down low, lots of contact, and he gets the shooter's roll. Frank Kaminsky moves to 4 points in the game to lead all scorers, and it is a double-digit lead approaching the midpoint of the first quarter. Zvezda have yet to put the ball in the basket. Kaminsky goes to the free throw line looking to complete a three-point play. So there you see Frank Kaminsky's numbers on the season, 4 of 6 from the stripe, but he's short on that one, unable to complete the three-point play. One of 2 from the free throw line against Olympiacos in round 4. Teodosic hangs it up. Oh, that is a delightful feed. Joe Bolomboy taking flight. And the first basket of the game for the visitors comes on an alley-oop connection above the rim. The feed from Milos Teodosic. The finish from the high-flying Joe Bolomboy. The visitors trailing by 8. 10-2 the score. So count the basket. And it's a double-digit lead restored. Frank Kaminsky, 6 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. So Shabazz Napier taking a seat on the bench, checking in the EuroLeague debutant in his first campaign in the EuroLeague, Diego dos Santos, the 24-year-old from Brazil. Teodosic pulls up for three, rattles around, good look at the bucket. Kaminsky rises high to rip down the rebound. Punter looking for Zaklade, who enjoys a mismatch against Milos Teodosic. And there you see the steal from Zaklade. Milos Teodosic in his 12th season in the EuroLeague, not going to allow himself to get beaten with the lob. Just wrapped up the wrist of Zaklade to ensure that he remained ground bound. Milos Teodosic called for the foul. Zvezda approaching the penalty with 5 minutes 20 remaining in the first. Kaminsky offloads to Nunnally, who's operating in three-point territory. Kaminsky looking to post up in the mid-post. Yaramaz using the screen from Kaminsky. Now loses mobility to blow by Bolomboy. And despite the recovery from Bolomboy, who looked to slap it against the backboard, Ognjen Yaramaz moves to 4 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. High pressure D being applied by Partizan. They're up by 12. Largest lead of the game for the home team. Dos Santos, turnaround J off the mark as he remains in search of his first points in the EuroLeague with 0 of 1 from downtown in his EuroLeague debut. Milos Teodosic with the steal. Sets himself, lets it fly, but he's off left and long. What an offensive rebound. Rokas Giedraitis couldn't convert on the inside. A bucket that will probably berate himself for missing. Probably had more time than he realized, but it was an outstanding effort on the offensive board to secure the rebound. Zvezda's third offensive rebound of the game. Kaminsky finishing on the inside as he continues to pile up the points courtesy of his perfect positioning in the paint. 8 points on 4 out of 4 shooting from the field. It's a 14-point lead for the home team. Rokas Giedraitis for three, short and off right. No opportunity for Joel Bolomboy to run it down. Miran Sforopoulos looking to rally his squad. Because with more than 6 minutes gone, they have scored just a single field goal. That came when they were already down 10 points to nothing. They currently find themselves down by 14, their largest deficit of the game. Nunnally driving. Moon ball out to Kevin Punter, who fights Rokas Giedraitis for it, but it's Punter who touched it last. Difficult feed for Kevin Punter to try and complete the reception. Giedraitis making it even more difficult with his presence. Dos Santos rotates it to Teodosic. Jumps to pass. Corner three-pointer from Mike Toby is off the front iron. Crvena Zvezda, Meridian Bet Belgrade, 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 6 to be 1 of 11 from the field, 0 of 6 from downtown. Kaminsky for Zaklade. Kaminsky puts it on the floor, takes it into the lane, pivoting from behind the backboard. Fouled in the act of shooting, he'll go to the free throw line. So Frank Kaminsky feeling it in the first quarter here at the Stark Arena. Really aggressive and effective aggression as well, looking to move to double figures in points if he can make both of his free throws here. He missed his first when he was looking for a three-point play opportunity. Rokas Giedraitis taking a seat on the bench. Adam Hanger checking back into the game. So 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Frank Kaminsky. He leads all scorers with 9. It's a 15-point lead for Partizan. Teodosic splitting the gap, looking to offload the shovel pass to Mitrovic. And a turnover committed by Milos Teodosic. Nunnally uses the pump fake to get Teodosic off his feet, down to the dots, kicks to the corner. Avramović working the jab step, brings it out to the sideline logo. Kaminski, bullet pass cross-court to Zaklade, has it poked away by Mitrovic. What a takeaway by Luka Mitrovic. 1.5 steals per game is what he's averaging this campaign, and that was a sweet pick with velvet hand to spark a transition opportunity. And Adam Hanger connecting on the three-pointer from the corner for his first points of the game. Zvezda now 1 of 7 from three-point territory. Timeout on the floor. Zvezda showing signs of life.
Willian Gomez, he's not bubbling along, he is on fire.
It's Hernan Gomez. Oh, you kidding me?
And La Provetola, he's on fire now as well.
Slugas from deep. Vesely takes off and flies to the basket for the quick two. The sort down the middle!
So the round 6 game of the week sees FC Barcelona welcoming Panathinaikos. Maccabi Playtika Tel Aviv and Real Madrid suspended. And that will no doubt be made up at a time to suit both teams because of the ongoing situation in Israel. So here's Adam Hanger then, connecting from downtown. Partizan calling timeout immediately after Luka Mitrovic came up with a steal to spark that transition opportunity. Third steal of the game for Zvezda. So full court pressure being applied by Zvezda. Press broken by the handle of Aleksa Avramović. Nunnally, loosely guarded by Teodosic. To the edge of the lane, turnaround Jay. Off the back iron and tickling the twine. Nunnally with his first points of the game. 14-point advantage for Partizan. Oh, nice offload. Adam Hanger rising high, taken away from behind by Zaklade, but illegally so. Zaklade, frustrated that he's being called for a foul, but employing the no layup rule. Clever offload from Luka Mitrovic. Adam Hanger taking it strong to the rack. Zaklade making him earn it from 15 feet away. Adam Hanger 0 of 2 from the free throw line after he had an opportunity to open the scoring. Makes this one to move to 4 points in the game. 4 points in a row for Adam Hanger. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Nunnally with a strong rebound, and then Adam Hanger trying to make amends for being off the mark from the charity stripe, colliding with Nunnally, and it will send Nunnally to the free throw line with Zvezda in the penalty. Nunnally, one of the most accurate free throw shooters of all time. Off the mark with the first. Makes the second. James Nunnally, number 9 all time free throw accuracy chart at 90% for his career. 1 of 2 on that occasion to put his team up by 14 once again. Their largest lead has been 15. Now to the corner, Mike Toby back to the wing. Adam Hanger, floater from the edge of the lane, bottom. And that is 6 points in a row for Adam Hanger. 3-pointer from the corner, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and then that one-footed floater from the lane. His team down by a dozen. Punter working on Hank. Underhanded scoop to Avramović. Kaminski, one-on-one with Mike Toby, no help forthcoming. Pivoting, fading, turnaround Jay off the back iron. Mike Toby secures the defensive board. Good one-on-one defense in the low post, and we've got a whistle on the play. Partizan with plenty of fouls to give. So Ognjen Kuzmic and Nemanja Nedović can only look on from the sidelines, not able to be suited up and in the mix on the court, fighting with their team tonight. So contributing in whatever way they can. So Dos Santos working the dribble. Avramović fights his way over the screen. Sneaky take to the rack, and that is the first EuroLeague bucket for Diego Dos Santos. Takes his team into double figures, reduces the arrears to 10. Lede looking for Kaminski inside, keeps it himself, attacks the lane, applies the brakes, no travel. Punter working the dribble against Hanger, pulls up for three. Kevin Punter off right, rebound. Luka Mitrovic. Quick shot in the transition opportunity. And it's 7 points in a row for Partizan. Down by just 7 now. Milos Teodosic connects from long range. At least one three-pointer in 21 of his last 22 games for Milos Teodosic. Minuscule difference between the shot clock and end of quarter clock. Lede fakes the three, drives to the middle, swooping hook from the dots, gets the shooter's roll. Zach Lede moves to 4 points in the game to beat the end of quarter buzzer and end a run of 7 points without reply posted by Zvezda, which saw them battle back to within 7 after being down by as many as 13. So with the first quarter in the book here at the Stark Arena, it is Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade 22, Crvena Zvezda Meridian bet Belgrade 13. Well, in the early stages, it was all Partizan moving the basketball beautifully. Kevin Punter, mid-range from the wing. Zach Lede with a Euro step from three-point territory and flushing it home. 10 points in a row posted by Partizan. It took around 6 minutes for this bucket to be scored. For Zvezda, the alley-oop connection between Milos Teodosic and Joel Bolomboy. They were then subjected to another run of 7 straight points. Ognjen Yaramaz beating Bolomboy to the rack. 4 points in the first period for him. Frank Kaminski leading all scorers with 9, 4 out of 5 from 2-point territory. Adam Hanger at 1 point scored 6 points in a row. For Zvezda, James Nunnally with the turnaround, 3 points in the game for him. Perfect shooting from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And it was Zach Lede who ended the scoring in the first quarter with that swoop across the lane. So outstanding shooting from 2-point territory, is scarcely believable. 10 of 11 for Partizan. And this man is a large part of the reason why. Frank Kaminski, the outstanding performer of quarter number 1, 9 points and 3 rebounds on 4 of 5 shooting from the field. Alen Smilagic, who was rumoured to be doubtful for the game this evening, was able to suit up and step onto the court after his career-high outing last week in the overtime loss at Olympiacos, where he exploded for 16 points for a new best-ever points total in the EuroLeague. 11 of them came in a row at the start of the third quarter. He was one of a fistful of players to foul out the Peace and Friendship Stadium for Partizan, and it's they who control possession to begin this second period. Mid-range J from the edge of the lane is rattled home from Danilo Andjusic. There's the double-digit lead once again. We see the 5 on the floor for Red Star. Vidosic leaving his feet to pass. Mike Toby not looking to be a threat. Double team in the corner. Mike Toby, hook shot, edge of the lane, and he connects. Mike Toby with his first points in the game on that, his first 2-point field goal, reduces the arrears to a single-digit deficit. Partizan leading by 9. There's the 5 on the floor for them. Shifty dribble move. Smilagic fake the 3-pointer and then attacked off the dribble to beat Mike Toby and draw the foul. Mitrovic thinking about a steal, just couldn't get his hand into the lane to deflect it away. And Jusic taking it to Napier, drawing the foul on Shabazz Napier. That's his second. I thought it was on Shabazz Napier. Let's take another look. I think it's that. The contact down in the paint. Sees Mike Toby called for his second. So let's just have a spot of housekeeping here to figure out where exactly the foul has been assessed. Shabazz Napier saying it's not my foul. Mid-range J off the inbound pass. Soaring for the rebound is Adam Hanger. Dos Santos injecting some speed into the Zvezda transition game. Slapped away by Alen Smilagic. Terrific rim protection, and it sparks a fast break opportunity for the home team. Rapid ball movement around the perimeter, back in the hands of Aleksa Avramović. Head fake, driving down the lane with a hesitation dribble, and he gets all the way to the goal for his first score of the game on his first field goal attempt of the game. His team lead by a double-digit margin once again, 11 points the advantage. Napier, defended by Punter. The screen set by Mitrovic. Napier goes the other way. Kick to the corner. Toby stands still 3, and he bottoms it. Mike Toby, 5 points on that, his first made 3-pointer. It's an 8-point deficit now. So Zelko Obradović asking if that call is for real. Mike Toby hearing it from his teammates after being a reliable source of offense for Zvezda. Deep 3-pointer is off the mark. Igor Dos Santos now 0 of 2 from downtown. Ball never left his hands and he let it fly. Hunter down to Zach Ledé. Out to the top of the key. And Dusic, pump fake. Mid-range J. Off the mark. Rebound secured Luka Mitrovic, his second of the game. So Napier operating from the half-court logo. And Jusic in his defensive stance. They rotate it to Bolomboy, to Adam Hanger. Deep 3-pointer, Shabazz Napier tickles the twine in the face of Aleksa Avramović. Shabazz Napier with his first bucket of the night, 1 of 2 from downtown, brings his team back to within 7. 6 points in a row off back-to-back threes. First Mike Toby, then Shabazz Napier. The ball taken away. Mitrovic with his second steal of the night, keeps it himself. Euro step, finishes with the finger roll. Deficit reduced to a single possession affair now. Terrific activity picked up by Luka Mitrovic off the deflection from Joe Bolomboy. Mitrovic finishing the transition opportunity to remain his usual efficient self at the offensive end. We've got a timeout on the floor because it is now a single score affair. Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade 26, Crvena Zvezda Meridian bet Belgrade 23.
He's just hard hedging. So if you hit it slip, you're gonna have 3 or 4. We have 2 fouls to give spot. So whenever we play good defense, something happens well, give a foul, baseline out, sideline out. Time to run.
So Partizan looking to end a run of 8 straight points posted by Zvezda. We're dominating this quarter, 4-6 in favor of the visitors. 3-pointers from Mike Toby and Shabazz Napier, followed by the fast break finish from Luka Mitrovic after he snared his second steal of the game. Brought Zvezda right back into contention. Down by as many as 15. 17-2 in the first quarter. So Yaremaz, Diego dos Santos, riding on his hip. Dos Santos moving his feet effectively. And Jusic inside to Zakladej. Reverse pivot to square up on Adam Hanger. Into the lane, leaves his feet to pass. Deep into the shot clock, off-balance 3-pointer off the front iron. Solid D from Zvezda, forcing PJ Dozier into a difficult shot, having just checked into the game. Napier, one-on-one with Dozier, beats him with the dribble, initiates the contact, puts up a shot. Now is this going to be called in the act of shooting or on the ground? Coach Yannis Varopoulos encouraging the greater cohesion being shown by Zvezda through this portion of play. So foul on the ground. Excuse me, I thought it was on the ground. It's a trip to the free throw line for Shabazz Napier. "12 out of 12 so far this campaign. Shabazz Napier, a 90% free throw shooter for his career. 23 points on the board in a round 4 loss at Virtus, where he was 4 out of 4 from 15 feet away. So Shabazz Napier remains perfect from the free throw line during this campaign. 2 out of 2 takes him to 5 points in the game. It's a run of 10 points without reply, posted by Zvezda to bring them back to within 1. Dozier with a huge size advantage in the low post. Quick hands, and it's a steal picked up by Bolon Boy, but created by the activity of Shabazz Napier in the low post. Standstill 3-pointer is an air ball, and it's Danilo Andjusic who secures possession for Partizan. Zakladej driving on Bolon Boy, turnaround hook rejected from behind by Luka Mitrovic. We've got a whistle on the play, and it will remain Partizan possession. Terrific help D from Luka Mitrovic to slap that hook shot around away from behind as he dropped down from the high post to help. So end-line possession for Partizan, approaching the midpoint of the second quarter. Luka Mitrovic with a terrific contribution at both ends of the floor. 2 steals, a block, 2 rebounds, and finished that transition opportunity to make it an 8-0 run for Zvezda, which has been added to since by the pair of free throws from Shabazz Napier. Jusic, flat pass to Zakladej for 3, and he connects, ending the run of 10 points without reply to put his team up by 4. It's a 2-possession affair once again. Zakladej moving to 7 points in the game on that his first made 3-pointer of the night. Dos Santos working on Ognjen Yaramaz and swooping down the lane to finish with a two-fisted flush is Joe Bolomboy. Beautiful screen and roll, nice offload from Diego Dos Santos. 2 buckets in the game for Joe Bolomboy, and both of them have been rim-rattling dunks. He brings his team back to within a single score once again, 2 points the deficit. So Kaminsky back into the bread basket of Ognjen Yaramaz. There's a huge mismatch down low. That's why Yaramaz is calling for the clear out. Kaminsky fighting furiously against Diego Dos Santos. They still can't get the ball inside. And a three-pointer drilled from the corner by Ognjen Yaramaz. He remains perfect from the field. 7 points in the game. His team lead by 5. Three-pointer strung. Joe Bolomboy celebrating that success from downtown. He moves to 7 points in the game. Joe Bolomboy with his first three-pointer of the new season was 0 of 1 from downtown prior to that make for the campaign. Kaminsky. Good body control but couldn't find the finish. Napier spins on Ognjen Yaramaz. Yaramaz commits the foul. That will be his first. So just under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Rokas Giedraitis offloads to Napier. Napier one-on-one with Punter. Big screen set by Joe Bolomboy. Down but back out. Rebound secured Frank Kaminsky. That's his 4th board of the game. Punter working against Napier. Beats him to the free throw line. Swatted away by Joe Bolomboy. What a terrific defensive play. But the subsequent three-pointer drilled with precision by James Nunnally. Terrific sequence of basketball. Joe Bolomboy denying Kevin Punter that finger roll attempt. Went straight into the hands of James Nunnally, who connects on his first three-point attempt of the evening to move to 6 points in the game. Rokas Giedraitis from three-point territory to make it back-to-back three-point buckets. To bring his team back to within 2. Three-pointer from Danilo Andjusic off the front iron and gets the shooter's roll. Danilo Andjusic moves to 5 points in the game on that his first three-point attempt. Partizan 4 of 7 as a club from three-point range. Broken up on the inside by Frank Kaminsky. His first steal of the game. But then the ball turned right back over. We've got a whistle on the play. Magnificent contribution by Joe Bolomboy as he takes a seat on the bench. 7 points in the game, along with a rebound and that rejection. 2 dunks and that three-pointer for his first of the new campaign on his only three-point attempt of the fixture so far. Go inside, Mitrovic with a size advantage, passes out of the low post. Wonderful ball movement on the interior, finished by Dejan Davidovac off the hookup from Adam Hanger. It's a one-possession affair once again. Wonderful ball movement, outstanding vision. Terrific unselfishness, Adam Hanger coming up lame. I think he's going to be able to walk it off. So Yaramaz being defended by Giedraitis, who's guarding him manfully, all 94 feet, but Yaramaz uses speed, gets to the goal, and finishes with the finger roll to remain perfect from the field and move to 9 points in the game. Ognjen Yaramaz recognizing the mismatch, taking what the defense presented to him. Good effort by Rokas Giedraitis, but he was always in a mismatched position in terms of mobility against Ognjen Yaramaz, and he took full advantage, put his team up by 5, timeout on the floor.
Problem defensive, you are late, you are not in charge. They don't have any kind of pressure, they pass the ball however they want. Hey, pick and repeat, you need to be closer. Hey, hello, hey. One more thing, to have one more foul. This fair situation or close out, make the foul. And over here, play smart, not turnover. Let's put him on the pick and finish.
They are setting Ram screen on Frank. This is why he's late. Either avoid switch that one. Ram screen, but communicate. Watch out, double slip again.
Kevin, start the ball. Yes. James, go inside. Go inside. Stagger, you attack this guy.
Have a look at the rejection way above the rack from Joe Bolomboy. So straight into the hands of James Nunnally, who drilled it from downtown. So 2 minutes remain in the first half. Partizan have yet to trail in this game. Their advantage currently 5. Their largest lead was at 17-2 for a 15-point margin of advantage. Zvezda edging this second quarter by 4, 18-22. The jump hook is short and off the front time. Still fighting for the offensive rebound is Luka Mitrovic, and he'll go to the free throw line. And again, Sferopoulos liking the fight that he's seeing in the paint from his forwards. Magnificent effort from Luka Mitrovic. Frank Kaminsky called for the foul. It's his second. So Luka Mitrovic, 77% from the free throw line this campaign. Was 4 of 5 in his 14-point outing last week. Being lost at Virtus Sigifredo Bologna. So a perfect hit trip to the line for Luka Mitrovic. Takes him to 4 points in the game. Brings his team back to within 3. It's a single possession affair with just over a minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. So Yaramaz, being defended by Napier, crosses him up, goes downhill, gets to the goal again. And the handle and foot speed of Ognjen Yaramaz serving both he and Partizan very well indeed. 11 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. Teodosic has it poked away from behind, and it will be Partizan possession. Teodosic called for his second turnover. Wonderful activity from Ognjen Yaramaz on the defensive end. To slap at that ball and bounce it off the lower body of Teodosic. Nunnally from the elbow, off the back iron, rebound Luka Mitrovic. So inside the final minute, Napier offloads Luka Mitrovic, pump fakes, pivots, kicks it back out to the perimeter. Napier all shaking off Ognjen Yaramaz with the hesitation dribble and drills his second three-pointer of the night to move to 8 points in the game. Brings his team back to within 2. It's a single possession affair once more, with just over 30 seconds left in the first half. Punter and Lajnjusic driving on Luka Mitrovic. Zvezda still with fouls to give. We sideline possession for the home team. So Luka Mitrovic called for his second. Takes a seat on the bench. Joe Bolomboy checking in to proceedings. He's got 1 foul so far. So Panta, working on Gioritis, got the edge of mobility, uses it, gets into the lane, off the back iron with the attempted hook attempt. So the shot clock turned off now. It's Napier, one-on-one with Yaramaz, blows by him, gets beneath the free throw line all the way to the goal, and where's the help defense? We have a tied basketball game, 42 points apiece. Pushing is Danilo Andjusic, pulls up from three-point territory, drills it. Now Shabazz Napier is saying that came after the halftime buzzer, but the official signaling that it is basket good. And Danilo Andjusic walking off the court in celebratory fashion because he feels he's given his team a 3-point lead at the interval. Looks as though it's going to be reviewed over at the video operators table, but that a magnificent second quarter fight back by Zvezda, who were down by as many as 15 in the first quarter after a sluggish start out of the blocks. And depending on the outcome of this review, they're either going to be deadlocked or down by 3. So that's the half-time score. Partizan 45, Red Star 42. Let's hear from Joe Bolomboy.
Joel, you had very nervous start of the game, but you made comeback. How difficult is going to be in second half as well?
You know, we had a really bad start. We didn't like the way we started at all. It really hurt us. It put us behind the whole game. We've been playing catch-up, but going into halftime, down 3, we definitely will take it. But I know we'll be ready. We'll make the adjustments and come out ready to play at the beginning of the third quarter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Joe Bolomboy acknowledging the slow start that Zvezda had, but he was a crucial component of their fight back. 7 points, including hitting his first 3-pointer of the new season, 2 rebounds and a magnificent block to deny Kevin Punter a finger roll. Unfortunately for Zvezda, it went straight into the hands of James Nunnally, who drilled a 3-pointer from the wing. Now, I think after the review, the 3-pointer from Danilo Andjusic has been waved off. So let's take a look at the head-to-head between the two frontline figures for their respective clubs. Frank Kaminsky, on 9 of his points coming in that first quarter. He was really efficient on the inside, taking up magnificent positions in the paint. 4 rebounds as well. Joe Bolomboy doing a little bit of everything in terms of getting that rejection and scoring from all over the field. 2 rim-rattling dunks. It was his alley-oop that opened the scoring.
Turkish Airlines, BKT, Adidas, and Squeak.com. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Well, in the early stages of the first quarter, it was all Partizan as they ran riot. Zach Lede with the Euro step to finish with the flush. That was the opening score for Zvezda. It took about 6 minutes. They were down by 10-0 at that point when it went in. Ognjen Yaramaz has had a fantastic first half. 11 points in the game to lead his team in scoring on perfect shooting from the field. And he's exploited the mismatch when Big switch out at him very well indeed to get to the goal and finish at the window. Mid-range J from Danilo Andjusic, 5 points in the first half for him. Mike Toby hitting from downtown and that hook shot from the edge of the lane. Aleksa Avramović working the dribble and finishing with the left-handed layup of the reverse variety. Shabazz Napier, 10 points in the game, including 2 of 4 from downtown. Is perfect from 2-point range and the free throw line. Zach Lede, 7 points in the game, 1 of 2 from 3-point territory. As we take a look inside the numbers at the half-time interval. Healthy percentages from all over the floor from both teams. Zvezda really finding some rhythm in the second quarter, deadlocked on the boards, and they outscored Partizan by 3 in the second quarter.
I'm not expecting it to be easy. I'm a guy who's had a pretty good NBA career. Coming here, I know it's going to be a huge target on my back.
4 all-star picks in a 12-year NBA career. Now Kemba Walker embarks on a European adventure with AS Monaco.
I actually been to Monaco one time before, which actually influenced my decision on coming here. I just remember how beautiful of a place it was. From the last time I came, I always said that I would love to come back. And I guess God heard me. I love challenges. I love to compete at the highest level. So to me, basketball is basketball. You just have to adjust to the new team and stuff like that. Just have to adapt. So I'm just looking forward to this next chapter in my basketball career.
Somebody of that stature and the accomplishments he's had in the NBA and All-Star and the whole nine, he has the career that all players dream of. So he's going to bring a lot on and off the court for this team. To have a guy like that and great character is amazing. So I can't wait to see what he does.
Adding Walker to a roster already stacked with talent, Monaco will aim to build on last season's third-place finish in the EuroLeague.
When I first got the opportunity, of course, one of the guys was Mike James. Such a dynamic scorer. I think me and him can play off each other really well.
Mike James with the bucket in crunch time.
Dante Hall, obviously a guy who we could just put the ball anywhere and he's gonna go and get it.
Dante Hall doing what Dante Hall does.
And then Alpha Diallo, of course, just because we both from the same city, we both from New York, so that just makes things more special for me. Another guy who just helped me with my transition here. I'm just really excited to be a part of this team, man, and do what I can, especially try to help young guys like Matthew, a really good up-and-coming point guard. I definitely would like to help him as much as I can, achieve some greatness, for his career. Really, whatever the team needs from me, it could be nights where it's just big scoring, or it could be nights where, it's just getting in the lane and finding guys, or just leadership. You never know. It depends on the night. I just want to win. That's what it's about. It's just about getting W's at this point. I want to continue that success for this club.
What is it like playing in those situations and coaching in that?
You've been ever?
I've never been.
So you need to come to understand really this. Over here, people talk before this game and during the season a lot, You have in family, let's say, situation that someone is fan of Red Star, someone is Partizan, and they make the jokes, that the best friends also, and this is good, this is something that, you feel this atmosphere inside of the city.
A city that lives and breathes basketball boasts one of the beautiful game's most famous rivalries. Partizan Mozart Bet Belgrade versus Crvena Zvezda Meridian Bet Belgrade. Last season, the EuroLeague played host to the Serbian Capital Classic for the first time, showcasing to the world a game unlike any other.
It's amazing. It's hard to describe. Obviously, people see it, on television, things like that. But I feel like it's just something you gotta physically be there to really understand what I'm saying. You gotta physically be there.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. Sometimes it gets loud. You can't even hear yourself. And I think every player that plays this game loves to play in those atmospheres and enjoys it more. And it's a special feeling, really.
Vildoza kicks. Nedović rises. The Troika!
Each team secured a victory on the road in last season's derby matchups. With new star-studded rosters, a thrilling showdown awaits at the Stark Arena.
This is your country, your people. This is the team that I was cheering since I was born. So, the emotions are even bigger playing for Red Star.
They got a really good team. They got a lot of good backcourt play. That's going to create their game for them. It's going to be interesting going forward facing them.
I think we created a big buzz last year in the EuroLeague. Everybody was watching our games. Both games were very, very exciting, very close. And it's good for Serbian basketball that we have this rivalry. For EuroLeague 2, I think the fans enjoy those kind of games, and I look forward to them.
What else than to be proud and to understand that, you know, you go inside and you know that you will have 20,000 people ready to help you in any second of the game.
What a great rivalry game. That's why we love this competition.
Turkish Airlines, BKT, Adidas, and Squeak.com. Official global sponsors in association with the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
After 20 minutes of play here at the Stark Arena, it is deadlocked, 42 points apiece. The three-pointer that was made by Danilo Dusic waved off. Let's hear from Coach Varopoulos in his first Belgrade derby.
Coach, nervous start of the game, but it was much better in second quarter. How did you see the first half? Offensively, defensively, you have to do it better.
As you said, we started with not great concentration. We missed free throws, we missed layups, we missed open shots. Our opponents got a lead. The good thing is that during the game we improved, especially in the second quarter. We play much better defense. We started from defense, and then slowly we came back to the game. I expect that the second half we start much better.
Thank you, Coach.
So there are the numbers. Solid shooting from two-point territory, outstanding shooting from downtown. For Red Star, really finding their groove in the second quarter, and those three-pointers coming from a variety of players as well. 7 points off the 8 turnovers that they have forced Partizan into, 2 points on the break. And despite snaring 4 offensive rebounds, unable to get any second chance points thus far, but they've been really active and energetic on the offensive boards. Well, let's hear from Coach Zeljko Obradović.
Coach, you had plus 15. How important is going to be to stay patient till the end?
Yeah, of course it is important, because if you know the way how you need to play 40 minutes, not just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Coach.
Outstanding shooting from both 2 and 3-point territory for the home team, but outscored by 9 in that second quarter. 6 points off turnovers, 4 points on the break, and 6 second chance points from the 2 offensive rebounds that they were able to haul in. Joe Bolomboy, with a terrific effort, opens Zvezda's scoring with this alley-oop after around the 6-minute mark in the first quarter, and played a pick and roll where he slid down the lane and was hooked up off the bounce pass from Diego dos Santos, and then hit a 3-pointer from the top of the key. Kaminsky giving him too much room at the first 3-pointer of the new campaign for Joel Bolomboy, who was 0 of 1 from downtown coming into this game. And he's a 32% 3-point shooter for his career, so he does have that in his locker if you give him that type of time and space. Fran Kaminsky with an outstanding first quarter where he put 9 points on the board, taking up magnificent positioning in and around the lane, and look at his patience in and around the basket. Fantastic footwork, finishing through the contact. Wasn't able to complete the 3-point play. 1 of 3 from the free throw line so far, but the positions that he's taking up and his sense of where the basket is when he receives the basketball from his teammates, saw him race out to those 9 first quarter points. Second leading scorer for his team. Top scorer is Ognjen Yaramaz with 11. So it's another keenly contested Belgrade derby, even though the first quarter it appeared as though it was going to be anything but Red Star showing terrific patience and composure to battle their way back in the second period. 29 points, conceding just 20. That was after they put only 13 points on the board in the first quarter, but the slow start seemingly behind them now, and they are right back into this one, having tied things up at 42 points apiece in a fixture where they were trailing by double digits for practically the entire first quarter. Shabazz Napier, the outstanding performer of quarter number 2, 2 of 3 from downtown in his 10-point total. Again, a key cog in Zvezda's fight back. And a perfect illustration as to the range of people who fight to get a ticket for the Belgrade derby. City comes to a standstill when these two teams take to the court. Sometimes can divide families. Rumor has it that Novak Djokovic's son is actually a Partizan fan. Everybody in attendance here tonight enjoying this magnificent spectacle. So the second half of the Eternal Derby is underway. We are all square at 42 points apiece. After the first 20 minutes, it's Partizan who have the opening possession of the third quarter. So not getting a piece of that. Milos Teodosic able to pull his hand away. So turnover committed by Kevin Punter, his 4th of the game on the opening possession of the second half for the home team. Teodosic, defended by Nunnally. Mitrovic, down to the dots, kick to the corner. Shabazz Napier is feeling it here tonight. The outstanding performer of quarter number 2 drills his 3rd three-pointer of the game to move to 13 points in the game to lead all scorers. And Zvezda have their first lead of the night after finding themselves down by 10 in the first quarter before they put a point on the board. So over the baseline and out of bounds is Joe Bolomboy. Magnificent effort to try and pick off this lob pass intended for Zach Ledé. Couldn't keep his feet in bounds. So 5 seconds remain on his possession. Nunnally inbounds to Yaramaz. Pull up 3 off the sidestep dribble, rattles around the rim. Adam Hanger secures the defensive rebound. His 3rd board of the game. Pull up 3-pointer off the mark from Milos Teodosic. Moonball makes its way back out to Hanger. Operating from the half-court logo is Shabazz Napier, giving himself running room against Nunnally. Cross-court feed finds Bolomboy off the front iron. Strong rebound, Frank Kaminsky, keeping Luka Mitrovic away from the offensive glass. So Nunnally using the screen. Kaminsky rising up high, rejected by Bolomboy. His 2nd block of the game. Rotating from the weak side to rub out that interior shot attempt from Frank Kaminsky. Perfect timing on his elevation. Punter working the dribble, and he connects from downtown. Kevin Punter with his first 3-pointer of the game ties things up at 45 points apiece. He was 0 for from downtown last week in his heroic effort against Olympiacos, but he found a range on this one to bring us back to parity. Ball on Boy to Napier, who works the dribble. Double team by Nunnally and Lede. Ball deflected by Punter into the hands of Frank Kaminsky. Terrific D by Partizan. Nunnally near the sideline has used his dribble. Lede back on his feet. Punter pulls up for three. Short on the shot. Frank Kaminsky with a magnificent offensive rebound. Foul committed in the paint. And the Partizan faithful positively bouncing up in the stands here at the Stark Arena. Disrupting things is Milos Teodosic. Nunnally looking to back him down. Spins baseline, turn around Jay. We'll see him go to the free throw line. Milos Teodosic committing the foul. So Nunnally, difficulties from the strike tonight. One of the most accurate free throw shooters of all time in the EuroLeague. Currently only 1 of 3, 15 feet away. Ball on Boy in heavy traffic, pump faking and drawing the foul. Nice offload from Milos Teodosic. Frank Kaminsky called for the foul, that's his third. So Joe Ball on Boy to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Ball on Boy, perfect from the free throw line so far this season, from where he is 7 of 7, make it 8 out of 8. So Joe Ball on Boy strings a second to give his team their second lead of the game. 1 point the advantage, 46-47 the score. Nunnally off to pull up three, it's short, long rebound into the hands of Teodosic as Joel Ball on Boy. Adam Hanger finishing in transition. Adam Hanger moving to 8 points in the game, and 2 of 4 shooting from 2-point territory. 3 points the advantage, equaling the largest lead Zvezda have had in this game, when a 3-pointer from Shabazz Napier put them up 42-45 at the start of the third quarter. Yadamat, mid-range J, his first miss from 2-point territory tonight. Poked away by Frank Kaminsky as he bagged the steal, his second of the game. Hunter almost lost the basketball. Deadlocked in terms of the turnovers. That's a really ambitious pass, looking for Kaminsky. It's a turnover, and the steal pocketed by Milos Teodosic, his second. Off the front iron, Joe Ball on Boy got both hands on the offensive rebound, but it's Nunnally who secures it. Hunter back to Nunnally. Hunter one-on-one with Shabazz Napier, calling for a screen from Kaminsky. They dump it inside to Kaminsky, but look at that rotation from Joe Ball on Boy to poke that away and bag a steal. He's asking for the alley-oop, nothing forthcoming. Adam Hanger for 3, and he scorches the twine. Adam Hanger with back-to-back buckets, both of them coming in transition. 2 of 4 from 3-point territory, as he moves to double figures in the game. It's the largest lead of the game for the visiting team. They are up by 6. Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade 46, Crvena Zvezda Meridian bet Belgrade 52. The Turkish Airlines flight time play of the game comes from the first bucket of the game for Red Star. On the screen and roll, Joel Bolomboy planted both feet in the lane and powered up to catch and convert the alley-oop feed from Milos Teodosic for the Turkish Airlines flight time play of the game. Well, both teams use this facility as their home court here at the Stark Arena, but the designated visiting team have subdued the home support somewhat. Adam Hanger making it 5 points in a row to see his team take their largest lead of the game. So approaching the halfway stage of this third quarter, Partizan have scored just 4 third-quarter points so far. It's a run of 7 points without reply. The backdoor cut is finished from Ledé off the double clutch. Beautiful offload from Frank Kaminsky. Zach Ledé providing the finish that ends the run of 7 straight points posted by Zvezda. It remains a 2-possession affair. Partizan down by 4. Napier floating from the edge of the lane, goes glass, but it's short and off the front iron after the kiss off the window. Zach Ledé down to the lane and back out again. Faces up Luka Mitrovic, crosses him up into the lane, back to Ognjen Yaramaz, who fakes the 3, gets to mid-range, line drive is short. Drilled off the front iron, Diego Dos Santos injecting speed. Oh, that's a beautiful bounce pass, and it's finished by Luka Mitrovic. Luka Mitrovic, 6 points in the game, and he remains perfect from the field and the free throw line. Diego Dos Santos with his 4th helper of the game. It's a 6-point lead once again for Zvezda. Doubling up Partizan, 6-12 here in this third period. Napier, Kaminsky, didn't have his feet beneath him, he was fading backwards, and that is why it's an air ball from around the elbow. So Partizan out of sync as Diego Dos Santos shakes off Aleksa Avramović and drills the first 3-pointer of his EuroLeague career. Diego Dos Santos with the highlight reel move after using the dribble to drop Aleksa Avramović to the hardwood. And then it was a little stutter step back to take him into 3-point territory, where he confidently drained it from deep. Here's the push-off, there's the step back, 1, 2. Never in doubt as he admired his follow-through stroke. So it's a 9-point lead now for the visiting team. Partizan are really struggling to put points on the board in this second half. They've posted just 6 so far, while Red Star has put 15 on the board. Avramović into Zach Ledé, who's got a huge size advantage over Diego Dos Santos. Oh, a beautiful feed out of his back pocket from Zach Ledé. He was double-teamed just outside the low post, but his vision was sublime. Frank Kaminsky moves to 11 points in the game, reduces the arrears to 7. Dos Santos working against Ognjen Yaramaz. Bolomboy setting the screen, looking for back-to-back threes and finding the bottom of the net. Diego Dos Santos drills his 2nd consecutive 3-point bucket to move to 8 points in the game and give his team a double-digit margin of advantage. They're up by 10. So Alen Smailagic checking into the game. Animated exchange between Frank Kaminsky and Željko Obradović. And a course, that is going to happen, particularly in a fixture such as this one, when passions are running incredibly high. So each team enjoying double-digit margins of advantage. 18-8 is the advantage for Zvezda in this quarter, and it's a shot clock violation. That basket will not count. Diego dos Santos hyped, having forced that turnover when defending James Nunnally. So Partizan have got to rediscover some rhythm here, because they have scored just 8 points so far. We're approaching 7.5 minutes gone. Dozen turnovers committed by the home team now. Napier, one-on-one with Yaramaz. Mike Toby sets the screen. Smailagic got a piece of it as he hedged out to help. 6 seconds remaining on this possession. So Diego dos Santos will inbound from the sidelines. Floor cleaning crew called into action first. So an impromptu timeout with the players remaining on the floor, while the floor cleaning crew ensure that the surface is safe for the athletes. Partizan have got to try and fashion some stops here. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. And they have yet to arrive at double digits in terms of points on the board. So Mike Toby with a fake handoff before attacking the lane. So punter called for his second. Rokas Giedraitis offloads to Napier. Terrific hands, Alen Smailagic forcing that turnover from Shabazz Napier. It's his first steal of the game. Nunnally down to the corner. Zach Lede has his shot rubbed out by Mike Toby. Terrific drop-down defense to swat that shot out of bounds. It will remain Partizan possession, but he's taken precious time off the shot clock. So PJ Dozier checking back into the game for his second shift tonight. Dozier handling, Mike Toby hedging out to help. Deep three-pointer from Aleksa Avramović is off the back iron. Rising high for the offensive rebound is Alen Smailagic. Gives it back to Avramović. Drives baseline, uses his body. Toby protecting the paint. Squeezes it back out to Alen Smailagic, who attacks and finishes with a left-handed cram in heavy traffic. What a take to the rack from Alen Smailagic. He was the catalyst in the third quarter for his club in a game that they ultimately lost at Olympiacos last week. And he's looking to perform the same role again, crowning Mike Toby, while Dejan Davidovec and Rokas Giedraitis could only look on. So Alen Smailagic completes the three-point play, brings his team back to within 7, and that gives the fans something to cheer about. A perfect example of how, even though it was only 2 points on the board for the field goal, those types of plays can really help to shift momentum, particularly for a team that is struggling. Fans altogether more vocal and energized now. Minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Beautiful feed, and the shooter's roll favors Rokas Giedraitis. 5 points in the game for him. It's a 9-point advantage for the visiting team. Smailagic looks at the three, lets it fly off the iron, but a good look at the basket. Rebound finally secured by Mike Toby, his second board of the night. Dos Santos shaking off Avramović once again, pulls up this shot short. Teodosic with a magnificent offensive rebound, his third rebound of the game. Corner three-pointer from Rokas Giedraitis is connected calmly. Rokas Giedraitis moves to 8 points in the game, 2 of 3 from three-point territory, and it is a double-digit lead once again for Zvezda. They are up by a dozen. Timeout on the floor. Rokas Giedraitis did not hesitate to let it go, and he landed. 11:23 in the period to favor Zvezda, what has been a dominant third quarter so far.
Everybody to the rebound. Protect the rim. Everybody to the rebound. Okay. Last offense. You are here. 5. Rokas here. Hanga. Take. You keep the ball. No. Here, Hanga. Take it here. If they trap, pass here. Last seconds, you are low. You start low. Bye.
So a reminder that you can download the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge app by clicking on the QR code. Find out more information once you arrive inside the app. So inside the final minute of this third quarter, where Zvezda are outscoring Partizan by a dozen. Smailagic pulls the trigger. That's short, so short that it's an air ball into the hands of Adam Hanger, who gingerly makes his way over the halfway line. Fourth rebound of the game for him. So around 11 seconds difference between the shot clock and end of quarter clock, as Diego Dos Santos giving himself running room against Aleksa Avramović. Giedraitis down to the corner, swatted away by Aleksa Avramović. Terrific defensive play, and there will be just 0.9 seconds remaining on this possession for Zvezda. Partizan will be keen not to give up an alley-oop above the rim or commit a foul. Zvezda looking to catch and shoot, and they've done just that. Mike Toby unable to convert. So the shot clock turned off. It's in the hands of Aleksa Avramović. Backing up Davidovac, pulls up for three off the iron. And Alen Smailagic gets the shot away off the offensive rebound, but couldn't find the bottom of the bucket. So with 3 quarters in the book, after a dominant third quarter that saw Partizan outscored 11-23, it is a points lead of 12 for the visiting team. Partizan Mozart bet Belgrade 53, Crvena Zvezda Meridian bet Belgrade 65. So just 11 third quarter points mustered by the home team, while Zvezda poured in 23. Joel Bolomboy, elite rim protection once again to deny Frank Kaminsky his second block of the game. Kevin Panta, after arriving in this game, real difficulties from downtime, was 1 of 12 from deep coming in, but he strung that one. 5 points in the game for him, 1 of 3 from both areas of the floor. Zach Lede with 9 points in the game. Luka Mitrovic, his usual efficiency. 6 points on perfect shooting from the field and free throw line. Rokas Giedraitis discovered his stroke from downtown. Diego Dos Santos hit the first 3-pointers of his EuroLeague career. 2 of 6 from downtown in his 8-point total. Alen Smailagić with a drive from the wing that provided the foundation for a 3-point play, which he duly completed. So Partizan committing more turnovers than Zvezda. Outstanding shooting from both 2- and 3-point territory from the visitors. Partizan will be looking to improve their 3-point percentages. Well, the fans doing their best to try and rally the home team, but it's a rather anemic third-quarter offensive output of just 11 points. Smailagić completing that 3-point play, named as the outstanding performer of the third quarter. So the final quarter underway here at the Stark Arena. It's the visitors who have the possession. Diego Dos Santos handling as we take a look at the 5 on the floor for Red Star. Out of bounds, and that's a careless turnover committed by Red Star. And David Ovac coming back into bounds from out of bounds. First turnover of the game by David Ovac. So it's Dozier handling as we take a look at the 5 on the floor to begin the fourth quarter for the home team. Smailagić looking at his options into the lane. Turnaround J is high off the glass, it's short. What an offensive rebound by PJ Dozier. Terrific activity on the glass for his first score of the game. Brings his team back to within 10. So Diego Dos Santos firing the 3-pointer, but we've got an offensive foul. The shot was off the mark. So 2 trips down the floor. No shot at the bucket for Zvezda. Mike Toby called for the foul, and that's his 4th. So Avramović being defended by Dos Santos. Smailagić committing an offensive foul as he looked to position himself to set a pick. So Dos Santos being guarded 3-quarter court by Aleksa Avramović. He's used his dribble, offloads to Napier. Dos Santos looking for his 3rd 3-pointer of the game, and he connects from downtown. Diego Dos Santos, 3 of 7 from 3-point territory. Moves to double figures in the game, 11 points to become his team's 3rd double-digit scorer. 13 points the advantage for Crvena Zvezda Meridian Bet Belgrade. That is their largest lead of the game. Wonderful ball movement. Diego Dos Santos shooting it confidently. Beautiful footwork in the lane from Alen Smailagić. Team still trailing by a double-digit margin. So Napier working against Punter. Punter staying low. Solid screen set by David Ovac. Now, which way is this foul going to be called? That was a real collision between the opposing number 7s. Foul against Kevin Punter, his 3rd. Napier pulls up off the back iron, rebound Aleksa Avramović. Aleksa Avramović with his 2nd board of the game. Zach Ledé Looking for the cut baseline, PJ Dozier with the reverse, and that is a pretty finish. Wonderful offload from the high post by Zach Lede, his fourth helper of the night. Brilliant movement away from the basketball by PJ Dozier with the backdoor cut. He moves to 4 points in the game, and it's a single-digit deficit. Fantastic shift by Diego dos Santos. His first season in the EuroLeague, having signed from Razia Farm Orm, where he played last year in the Euro Cup, averaging 13 points and 6.6 helpers a game in the Euro Cup competition with Razia Farm Orm last season. He's taken to EuroLeague competition like a duck to water. Solid contribution tonight. Shabazz Napier and Joel Bolomboy not on the same page. See, Shabazz Napier was expecting Bolomboy to cut towards the bucket to elevate for one of his trademark rim-rattling jams. Instead, he faded towards the free throw line. Turnover as the result. 13 turnovers apiece. Punter for three, and he buries it. Kevin Punter with his second three-pointer of the game on 4 attempts. And that is testament to the man's confidence, his touch, and how hard he's been working in practice, because he's found three-pointers very difficult to come by in the early stages of this campaign. 1 of 12 from three-point territory coming into this game. He was 0 of 3 in the round 4 defeat at Olympiacos last week. But by netting his second three-pointer to move to 8 points in the game, his team back to within 6. Timeout on the floor. So Partizan quietly chipping away to peg back a lead that went up to 13 after Diego dos Santos drilled his third three-pointer of the game. But since that time, it has been a run of 7 straight points posted by Partizan, and they are back to within 2 scores of their crosstown rivals. So 3 minutes gone in the final quarter. Remember, the 2 encounters last season in the EuroLeague were single-score outcomes. Well, this one proved to be that way once again. Bolomboy drives, goes up strong and delivers a right-handed flush of the most athletic variety. What a take to the rack, and what a finish. Changing hands mid-flight to finish with that highlight reel flush over the rotating Alen Smailagic. Joel Bolomboy moves to 11 points in the game, 3 of 4 from 2-point territory, and all of his 3-point field goals have been highlight reel jams. Fantastic take to the rack. Joel Bolomboy, his presence ensuring that PJ Dozier was off the mark. Luka Mitrovic with his 8th rebound of the game. Napier splitting the gap, kicks to the corner. Bolomboy fakes the 3, attacks the baseline once again, unselfish offloads. Luka Mitrovic up strong, fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the free throw line. So Luka Mitrovic remains perfect from the foul line. He's now 3 of 3. It's a double-digit lead for Zvezda once again after being subjected to a run of 7 straight points. Joe Bolomboy's baseline jam and a pair of free throws from Luka Mitrovic sees them up by 10 once again. So whistle on the play as PJ Dozier was looking to back down Milos Teodosic. Teodosic called for his third. So Dozier working against Teodosic once more. Bolomboy on the switch. They go inside to Smilagic. Nice footwork to get the shot away. Fouled in the act of shooting or go to the free throw line for 2. 9-7. Partizan leading this fourth quarter so far. They find themselves down by a double-digit deficit. Luka Mitrovic called for his third. Orchestrated cheering and evidence once again from the Partizan faithful. Will it help to rally them from this double-digit deficit that they currently face? So Smilagic remains perfect from the free throw line. Completed a 3-point play earlier in the second half. So Smilagic, 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. On that trip to the stripe, moves to 7 points in the game. His team down by 8. Milos Jovanovic onto the floor for the first time tonight. Teodosic, shadowed by Punter. Pass to the corner, Shabazz Napier back out to Teodosic. Working the dribble, pulls up, difficult 3-point shot, and despite Kevin Punter being right in his face, Milos Teodosic drills it. It's actually being counted as a long range 2, but that is a tough bucket. His team up by a double-digit margin of advantage once again. Kevin Punter was draped all over him. That's a careless pass by Kevin Punter. Adam Hanger bagging the steal, that's his second. Now he offloads to Napier. Kevin Punter committing his 7th turnover of the game. Lots of contact on the inside. Joe Bolomboy will go to the foul line. So Kevin Punter cutting a frustrated figure over on the sidelines beyond the midpoint of this final period. And if his team are going to launch a fight back, well, despite the difficulties that he's had taking care of the basketball tonight, one suspects that he would be a crucial part of any comeback that Partizan could launch. Željko Obradović has got other players to call upon, of course, and he'll be searching for a 5 that can get things done, find some rhythm in a fourth quarter that is pretty even so far. 11-10 in favor of Partizan. Joe Bolomboy looking to remain perfect from the stripe. Off the mark with the second. Rebound secured by PJ Dozier. Yaramaz going by Teodosic. Teodosic called for the foul. It will be his 4th. So Avramović using the screen. Tough bucket on the take to the rack by Aleksa Avramović. His first points of the game. His team down by 9. Alen Smilagic who's been credited with the bucket. Turnaround Jay beneath the dots, off the mark. Strong rebound, PJ Dozier. Mid-range J from PJ Dozier is bottom sweetly. He ripped down the rebound, ran the floor and pulled up from mid-range. 6 points in the game for PJ Dozier. His team back to within 7. Timeout on the floor. Partizan mounting a rally deep in crunch time. So that is how the game has unfolded. Effectively, it's been a tale of two halves. Because the first lead for Zvezda came in the second half when a three-pointer was drilled to break the deadlock to put Zvezda up by 3 at 42-45. But in the first half, it was all Partizan who led by as many as 15. 10 points without reply before Zvezda put a point on the board. And then they led 17 points to 2 in that first period at the conclusion of a run of 7 straight points. So Partizan have led once in the second half at 46-45, but then they were put on the end of a run of 7 straight points to find themselves down by 6. They trailed by as many as 12 at 53-65 at the end of the third quarter. Here they are hanging tough, down by 7. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Turnaround threes off the front iron. Strong rebound secured by PJ Dozier once again. His 4th rebound of the game. Working one-on-one, backing down. Bolomboy kicks it back to three-point territory. Avramović attacks the lane and finishes with the finger roll. Aleksa Avramović moves to 4 points in the game, and it's a run of 6 points without reply to bring Partizan back to within 2 scores, 5 points the deficit. Teodosic offloads to Napier. Ball makes its way out to Bolomboy, who drives, beats the shot clock buzzer. Oh, that is a tough bucket. Long range 2 from Joe Bolomboy takes him to 14 points in the game on 4 of 5 shooting from 2-point territory. It's a 3-possession affair once again. Zvezda up by 7 after breaking that run of 6 straight points posted by Partizan. 3-pointer strung from downtown. Aleksa Avramović, back-to-back buckets for him. His first 3-pointer of the game takes him to 7 points in the game, and then he bags a steal and finishes with the left-handed layup. Aleksa Avramović has the hot hand for Partizan, and he has brought his team right back into contention. Terrific work by Aleksa Avramović, shooting into the passing lane to finish at the window despite the efforts of Joe Bolomboy. 7 points in a row for Aleksa Avramović. We've got a timeout on the floor. It's a single-score game. Partizan riding the encouragement that they're receiving from the crowd and have brought themselves right back into this one. Well, the Partizan fans pumped up and full of energy. Aleksa Avramović with 9 points in the game. 7 of them have come in a flash. A 2-pointer followed by a 3 and then a steal and layup to take him to 9 points in the game. Partizan right back in the mix in the presence of Zoran Sovic. So 3/4 court pressure being applied by Partizan. Napier into the lane, looking for Bolomboy. Moves his feet and finishes with another crush on the interior. 16 points in the game for Joe Bolomboy. and his 5 two-point field goals have all been rim rattlers as he carries Alen Smailagić to the rack. That's a goaltend, but Joe Bolomboy making his presence be felt in the paint once again. Just beyond the apex of the parabola on that field goal attempt. Joe Bolomboy showing his bounce. So it remains a single score affair. So we've got a review of the goaltend call. It's going to be close, this one.
Show another one. Yes. Go back. And now it's going down.
Fantastic officiating. And again, the angles that we were treated to, clearly illustrating that the ball was on its downward path towards the basket. Goaltend is the call, despite the outstanding effort from Joe Bolomboy. So deep in crunch time, it is a single score affair. Zvezda leading by 2. They've been outscored by 10, 24-14 in this period. Crucially, they have their noses in front. As Napier rips it through, offloads to Mitrovic. It's too hot for him to handle. Aleksa Avramović bags himself another steal. His second of the quarter. Nunnally fakes the 3 into the lane, kicks to the corner. 3-pointer is fired and landed. PJ Dozier moves to 9 points in the game. And what a fourth quarter he is having. His team regained the lead for the first time since 46-45, and we've got a whistle on the play after James Nunnally shoots into the lane to pick off that pass. Game that is being played in a magnificent atmosphere, as you would expect. First half fairly dominated by Partizan, particularly in the first quarter, before Zvezda rallied magnificently in the second quarter, scoring the home team by 9 to tie things up at the half. Teodosic, with his first trip to the free throw line tonight, ties things up at 80 points apiece. Partizan's first lead since the third quarter, short-lived. One of 2 from the free throw line. We're deadlocked once again. Ball still loose. Bolomboy hitting the deck, and he's bundled it over the baseline. Mitrovic over immediately to help him out after his terrific hustle play. My goodness. Absolutely nothing between these two teams, with just a minute and a half remaining in regulation. Remember, the first encounter in round 12 was deadlocked for Nemanja Nedovic, connected on that 3-pointer to give his team a 3-point victory, 73-76. Here we are, all square once again, with 95 seconds remaining in regulation. Avramović, who's had such an outstanding fourth quarter, including scoring 7 straight points and bagging a pair of steals in this period. Lost the handle there. Smailagić gives it straight back to him after the offload. One-on-one with Napier. Pulls up for 3. Oh, Aleksa Avramović continues to feel it here in the fourth period. That is a big bucket, drilling a 3-pointer right into the eye of Shabazz Napier to break the deadlock and put his team up by 3. And he's asking for more energy, more encouragement from the crowd as Partizan take their second lead of the fourth quarter. What a bucket from Aleksa Avramović. Partizan faithful at full volume here now. Communication going to be rather difficult for Zvezda. Diego dos Santos subjected to three-quarter court pressure by Ognjen Yaramaz. There's a switch, which means that there's a mismatch down low for Bolon Boy. Now, what's the call here? Ognjen Yaramaz called for his second foul. That's on a three-point shooter. It's going to be 3 free throws for Milos Teodosic. Teodosic, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line so far tonight. Again, Partizan fans trying to make this very difficult. He's off the mark with the first is Teodosic. Remember, he's an 88% free throw shooter for his career. My goodness. Drawing a foul in the act of a three-point shot, but he's missed his first 2 foul shots. The opportunity to tie has gone begging. Looking to get something out of this trip down the floor here is the legendary point guard. Neither team has shot the ball well from 15 feet away tonight. Zvezda now 11 of 18 from the foul line. Partizan shooting at just 60% on their 10 attempts. So Milos Teodosic goes 1 of 3 from the free throw line. His team trailing by 2. A minute remaining in regulation. The fourth quarter sees Partizan almost doubling up Zvezda. 30 points to 16. Well, they look for Aleksa Avramović. Rokas Theodoraitis called for the foul. That'll put Zvezda in the penalty. And it will be a trip to the free throw line for Ognjen Yaramaz. Rokovaitis called for his second. Ognjen Yaramaz with his first trip to the line tonight. So Ognjen Yaramaz has yet to hit a free throw so far this campaign. 0 of 2 coming in. He remains in search of his first free throw bucket. So Ognjen Yaramaz rattles home the second. His team with a 3-point advantage. 49 seconds and change remaining. (31-16) in favor of Partizan. Teodosic for 3, missed everything. Ognjen Yaramaz secures the rebound off the ball which cannoned off the backboard. Teodosic inaccurate with that pull-up three-pointer attempt. So Aleksa Avramović giving himself time and space against Dos Santos. Now one-on-one, pulls up for 3, short on the shot, rebound secured by Teodosic and Dos Santos. Teodosic with the shoulder check, seeing what his options are. Now that foul committed by Ognjen Yaramaz will send Teodosic to the free throw line for 2 in a game with a lead by 3. 11.2 seconds remaining in regulation. Teodosic just 2 of 5 from the stripe tonight. Yaramaz called for his third. Big moments these for Milos Teodosic. So much ability, so much experience under his belt. A familiar 3-shot routine. So nerveless from 15 feet away. Milos Teodosic has had a tough time from the stripe tonight, but when they really mattered, he duly nailed both. His team back to within one. 11 seconds and change remaining in regulation. We've got a timeout on the floor. And when we emerge, expect Zvezda to look to bag a steal, and if not, foul immediately and send the home team to the stripe. Aleksa Avramović on fire in this fourth quarter. Joel Bolomboy has had a magnificent game all round. Open the scoring for Zvezda. Let's continue to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Avramović not able to check into the game. Full court pressure being applied by Zvezda. Doziak given the responsibility of inbounding the basketball. Permitted to run the baseline. Luka Mitrovic defending the inbounder. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? They've got to get the ball in bounds. Zach Lede with a tough reception, but just a little bit of uncertainty appeared to seep into the execution of that out-of-bounds play from Partizan. But they got the ball in bounds solidly enough. Zach Lede making his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Remember, he was perfect from 15 feet away at Olympiacos last week. He's currently 18 of 20 on the season for a 90% clip from the free throw line. He's an 85% free throw shooter for his career. This one to make it a 3-point advantage. Possession of the ball in the event that it misses, absolutely crucial. Zach Lede, ice cool from the foul line, makes both to move to 11 points in the game on his first trip to the stripe tonight. And he puts his team up by 3 with 10.8 seconds remaining. So how will Partizan play this? They're playing straight up. Shabazz Napier, who's 3 of 6 from downtown tonight. And that's a foul committed by Aleksa Avramović. It's going to be his third. He can't believe the call has gone against him. But around 5 seconds elapsed on the game clock, and it will send Shabazz Napier to the free throw line from where he is 2 of 2 tonight. His team trailing by 3. Crucial that he makes the first one. We look to make both, and then will Zvezda look to foul the subsequent inbound play, or will they intentionally miss in a bid to secure the offensive rebound on the second one? But of course, all of that will be determined by the outcome of this first free throw. The Partizan fans up on their feet, waving their arms. Napier short of the mark. So one suspects, will they intentionally miss or look to make it, find themselves down by 2 and then foul on the subsequent inbound play, taking their chances by sending Partizan to the foul line. So Napier strings the second. His team down by 2. 5.8 seconds remain. Partizan have to get the ball in bounds. They do it so to Lede. A sure-handed reception from Zach Lede. Joe Bolomboy will be called for the foul. It will be his second, and it will send Zach Lede to the free throw line. If he makes both of these, it will be a 2-score affair. That is the importance of these foul shots, because then Zvezda would be required to score twice with 4.7 seconds remaining in regulation. Metronomic consistency from the free throw line from Zach Lede have made this a 2-score affair with 4.7 seconds remaining. Zach Lede making 4 free throws in a row takes him to 14 points in the game. He takes a well-earned seat on the sidelines, and now Zvezda have to score twice. Partizan have got to concentrate. They do not want to commit a foul. They go long, and it's deflected out of bounds by Alen Smailagic. That eats up some time off the game clock. .9 seconds remain. Partizan do not want to commit a foul. Zvezda entering the realm of needing a basketball miracle. Napier pivots on a dime, off the iron, offensive rebound, stuck back by Mike Toby. But it is not enough. And for the first time in the Eternal Derby, it is a home victory that has been secured. It's another all-time classic in this iconic rivalry. A game that tilted back and forth, pendulum swinging both ways over the course of the 40 minutes. Sees the home team, Partizan Mozart Bet Belgrade, prevail 88-86 in the final analysis. Aleksa Avramović was absolutely sensational in the fourth quarter. At one point he scored 7 straight points, bagged a pair of steals as well, and his contribution cannot be understated. And that is why fans making their way onto the court to wish him well. And just look at the togetherness and the camaraderie demonstrated by Partizan. They bring their 2-game losing skid to an end and get themselves back on the winning track. As for Zvezda, well, they played their part in what was again another magnificent installment of the Belgrade Derby. But in the final analysis, after that tip-in by Mike Toby, it is another single-score affair. Final score from the Stark Arena: Partizan Mozart Bet Belgrade 88, Crvena Zvezda Meridian Bet Belgrade 86. Well, the fans remaining in position to engage with their team. Standing ovation for Aleksa Avramović, who was simply outstanding in quarter number 4, taking on the responsibility to let go big shots. As we take a look at the magic moment, and it's a baseline drive and jam finish high above the rim from Joe Bolomboy, the game's leading scorer with 16 tonight, and all 5 of his 2-point field goals were rim-rocking dunks. None better than this one. The pump fake, the baseline drive, switching hands mid-flight, to finish with that right-handed flush over the top of the rotating Partizan defense on the inside. Joel Bolomboy with a high-flying magic moment for Crvena Zvezda Meridian Bet Belgrade. So an emotion-filled encounter once again is determined by a single score outcome. Mike Toby crashing the offensive boards and getting the missed three-pointer stick back to fall. But Partizan out of the gate quickly to lead by 15. Zvezda went up by 12 at the end of the third quarter. And tonight's Adidas player of the game is indeed Aleksa Avramović, who caught fire in the fourth quarter, and his team rode his hot hand. 14 points in the game, 4 of 5 from two-point territory. That was one of his 2 fourth quarter steals, taking on big shot after big shot and feeling it in that fourth quarter, asking for more encouragement from the crowd. Let's hear from him now after that game-winning display.
Aleksa, first of all, congratulations. First derby of the season, and you made it. It was even game, crazy game. You were the man of the night.
I mean, no, I was not the man of the night. That's not good to say. All of 12 players are the men of the night, and all the staff, all the crowd that support us when we were down 13 in the last quarter after Iago scored 3-point shot. We believed in each other, and we knew that that was the very tough moment for us, for our season, honestly, because derby is the special is always a special thing, and I gotta go to the crowd. Thank you, I love you all.
Thank you, Aleksa.
Short and sweet for Aleksa Avramović, as he highlighting the team ethos that served Partizan so well. He wants to get out of there to go and engage with the crowd in their customary post-match celebrations. Aleksa Avramović with a terrific effort, particularly in the fourth quarter. His team hanging tough and finding a way to get it done when trailing by 13. Let's hear from Željko Obradović. Oh, excuse me, Zach Ledej is up next.
Zach, first of all, congratulations. Aleksa said he did the great job, but he said this was the team effort. How would you describe this game?
Congratulations to Aleksa. He stepped up big in the second half. Congratulations to our team. We've been going through a tough period right now, but we stayed together and we fought and we showed that we could have resilience early in the season, and that's big.
What made the difference tonight, especially in the finish of the game?
I mean, in the derby game, you know, anything can happen. Somebody can have a great game or whatever, but the main thing is you just stay together and fight, and that's what we were able to do. And we showed resilience tonight, and that's big for our group.
Great energy from the standings, great energy on the court.
For sure. That's the main thing that you have to bring to these games. You know that Red Star has a good team, and they're going to come to bring it to us, so we have to just continue to respond and get better and grow every day.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So Zach Ledej, 100% from the free throw line, and all 4 of them came in the closing stages of the fourth quarter. Nerveless display from 15 feet away. His team were up 84-83 when he went to the free throw line for his first pair, and then by making both, he put his team up by a 2-score margin, 88-84. Let's hear from Željko Obradović.
Coach, first of all, congratulations. So crazy game. How do you see everything that happened tonight?
This crazy game, crazy, absolutely. We play excellent beginning of the game. They played second half much better. They found the way, energy, thanks to the players and the crowd, to come back and to win the very important game. Congratulations to my players and to people.
A lot of upside downs.
Yes, a lot of ups and downs, and we need to understand why. Some players they try, but I believe that also they have some physical problem.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, Željko Obradović knows more than anybody that physical issues are a part of sport at this level. As we go inside the numbers, outstanding shooting from both 2- and 3-point territory from Partizan. 16 points off turnovers, 15 second chance points off the 9 offensive rebounds that they were able to secure. But their free throw shooting down the stretch was impeccable. Let's hear from Yanis Varopoulos in his first game in charge.
Coach, your first Serbian derby, it was even till the end. Can we say that those free throws made the difference?
No, I don't believe the free throws. We don't need to focus at the end of the game. I think that when we control the game and we were up, we give up some easy points. They came back, and this is what hurt us.
Thank you, Coach.
So, Coach Varopoulos well knows that it's not about individual moments, but how a team performs collectively. A magnificent effort in the second half by Zvezda. In the second quarter, they outscored Partizan by 9, 20-29, and then shackled Partizan to just 11 third quarter points, while they put 23 on the board. But in the fourth quarter, Partizan poured in 35, while they could only muster 11. And their 13-point lead at 55-68 at the start of the period was whittled away. It was Partizan who came blazing out of the gate to go up by 10 before Zvezda put this bucket on the board with around 6 minutes gone. Zvezda battled back to within 9 at the end of the first quarter after being down by as many as 15. And then in the second quarter, three-pointers falling effectively for them, and they entered the locker room deadlocked at 42 points apiece. Joel Bolom to the corner three-pointer, drilled from Shabazz Napier. And Joel Bolom boy protecting the lane to terrific effect. 2 blocks, a steal, and 16 points to lead his team in scoring. Alan Smilagic with the drive and dunk from the wing, the foundation for a three-point play. And that, the play of the game from Joel Bolom boy. 2 of his game-high 16 points. Aleksa Avramović caught fire in the fourth quarter, taking the responsibility to step up and take big shots, which he duly made. As we take a final look inside the numbers. Very close in the battle for the boards. Both teams doing an outstanding job from both 2- and 3-point territory. A fixture that was filled with emotion sees Partizan secure the first home victory in this, the third installment of the Eternal Derby between the 2 ball clubs from Belgrade. So this is how round 5 is shaping up so far tonight. A 1-possession win for Partizan, defending home court to bring their 2-game losing streak to an end. As for Zvezda, they have now lost 4 straight games after opening the season with a victory against Asvel. But plenty of positives upon which to build for Zvezda after that battling display. They'll be disappointed by the slow start, but my goodness, they got themselves back into contention and indeed into the lead with a 13-point advantage at the start of the fourth quarter, 55-68. So Zvezda will be at home against Bayern Munich in round 6. As for Partizan, they travel to the Fernando Buesa Arena to face off against Baskonia, one of 3 games slated for next Friday night. Maccabi, of course, having their fixtures rescheduled, given the ongoing situation in Israel. So despite opening his EuroLeague campaign with a loss, Yanis Varopoulos will no doubt be gently encouraged by the battling display that his team produced, but it's Partizan who bring their losing skid to an end, prevailing with a home court win in the Eternal Derby. Thanks for staying with us. Bye for now.
Turkish Airlines EuroLeague in association with